2 letters, 1 word. The meaning of life. Yeah. How we doing? Previously on Kimba TV. Like that. Or if that gets stopped, then I would wait for the weekend lows to get swept and I would play the swing fail. So long, possible short, possible short. Ah, shit. How we doing? Who juicing? Yeah. Let's do it. I had to sneak in with you guys. I had to sneak one in real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to sneak one in. How y'all doing? One day without you guys was enough. It won't be like a late night stream, but let's squeeze in some alpha. Let's get juicy with it. You guys ready to get juicy with it? Exclamation juicy. Dark Dodo says, brother, I was out for work for last 10 days. Super quick recap. When we looking for short? Well, I'm actually looking to get into a long because it's probably going to make higher highs again, Dark Dodo. So like it depends on the higher time frame. I'm pretty sure that it's going to make higher highs again. So, yeah, like I'm thinking like I would love to get like a if you don't, for me to scalp, I would love to get something like that or like a 7.5 because for me it would be like this. Something like that, or if you wanted to, something like that. But I think once we get up here, then we gotta see what the data looks like. It could just sweep the sweep, you know, just like how it did there. Wow. And then like a 10K drop, the volatility is crazy. So that sweep level is now here. So if you get a swing fail pattern or a failed auction, that would be a potential sweep level, yeah? But you see how this is 75786? Well, actually, golden pocket. So I would love like a yeah, but we're probably gonna visit the 69,350. So. Kind of depends on your time frame. Makes sense, Dark Dodo? Wow, that is crazy though. The last time we were streaming, we were talking about, yo, are we gonna get candle closes? Is this gonna hold? It pixeled. Lord have mercy. And I'm sure that is pixel fucking to the opposite side now. Yeah, of course. Okay, that's dope. Which means we're gonna load up ETH now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 No surprises there. Wow. It pixel perfect back tested the golden pocket Bugatti. Very nice. I mean, it's pixel fucking the 7.5 even. We're probably gonna make higher highs. That's what I can kind of see right now. So just as a scalp, we're not trying to swing for a home run, but I would love to get like a 66, long to like 69 plus. But it's bullish. It's Bellagio. It's Bellagio. Some people might want to try to like scalp this, like the 886 back down to 786, but all these highs get bang swept, come back, or come back, go. And then it's kind of hard to see. The only short that I would take is maybe like a swing fail pattern or a failed auction up here. Alrighty. But would prefer to try to scalp a long or something like that. Hey, I don't know how many times I say it, but the CME and the Coinbase levels are the only ones you really have to look at, right? So y'all understand why I'm trying to get into a little long, right? Chris says, what is the plan now? Where are the interesting levels to long? Well, this was your long. Well, first things first, like if we were to go back, do you guys remember when we identified these levels? So we always say, hey man, identify levels of interest. So that's actually a pixel perfect swing fail pattern. Okay, that's a pixel perfect swing fail. So this is the next sweep level. Let me just delete this. And then do you remember when we marked this? We said those are all the bad lows down there. 60,500. We marked that a couple of, like a week and a half ago or whenever this was. So February 29th or February 30th, we started marking it. So about a week we've had that marked. But there you go, 60,450. That's a swing failure pattern of that level. So schwiggity, schwaggity, schwaggity, schwiggity. Bink, bink, structure, and we're back here again, which means this is very bullish. Does that make sense so far? So the levels were identified. It literally swept all the poor lows and stopped all the longers out. And look at this, motherfuckers. Oh my God. There's got to be a clip where I talk about, hey man, I don't care if it's 61.8. I don't care if it's 60,500. Resetting the open interest would be pretty interesting. It reset that motherfucker. So I didn't take a long there. I had work shit, as you guys know. But ladies and gentlemen, it shouldn't be that surprising. We had 61.8 marked as a level. We talked about all of these levels, so you could watch like the Friday or maybe in the Monday stream, right? But 61.8, the volume point of control, and then we had the bad lows and the weekend lows marked out as well. So it swept the top, did a swing failure pattern, rotated all the way down, swept all the lows, the weekend lows, schwiggity schwaggity, aggressive buying. We're back in the range again. So the violence and the, velocity in which it goes from level to level, I mean, that's a $10,000 drop. That's Can't predict that, but for it to swing fail that level right there, not too surprising. You know,
my trainer, he told me,
hands up if you guys remember when we drew this line and we said that's the level of open interest that it would be interesting to reset. And it's not really so much about if you remember it or not. Do you understand how we mark this as a level of interest? And so theoretically, you guys would be able to replicate this too. So when I say things like I'm watching the level of interest, and as it approaches that level, I'm looking at CVD and open interest, and then I have the open interest level marked. Okay, so it actually reset on this low. This candle is the one that reset it. If you can see, and you can see it for yourself too. While back, right? Yeah. Lower bonuses was like Friday or something. Yeah. So there you go. So there you go. That's what I mean by I have levels of interest identified. And I'm watching the data.
Ich kann leider nur Deutsch verstehen, aber deine
Bugatti
Community ist geil less than 3 und es sind wirklich gut Leute hier, smile MRTN, I love you less than 3.
Hey, love you too. Whoever that was. Touch My Monkey says, here's the clip. Oh my goodness. I want to see what it results in. Well, this might be it too. But both of these, I would think about longing. This one I would like, you know, like this. I would probably do something like this. Is this a YouTube clip? Who the fuck? That. Or if that gets stopped, then I would wait for the weekend lows to get swept and I would play the swing fail. There you go. So long, possible short, possible short. Yep. Goddamn.
you know, one thing my
goddamn. Yeah,
said,
there you go.
What did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
Who fucking made this? Is this a YouTube clip? Hedge fund purchased a Kimba mug. Yeah, but there you go. So we talked about that 60,450 sweep. Yeah. So there you go. There's your week. There's you go. You got it. We can't predict how it's going to happen or how fast it's going to happen, but we had that level marked and we had that level marked. And what's kind of funny is that this long could have been a really nice one on the bullish retest before it popped again. So even though on the first one, that wasn't the long, you know, we talked about that level, it was already identified and that was your bullish retest to get back in. So that's cool too. Yeah, but that's what I mean is identify the levels of interest, watch the data, let the data tell you, hey bro, you've got an edge. All the longs got stopped out. Oh my goodness. Okay, you see that 59,000 red line? Do you know what that is? That's the sweep that we identified below the weekend lows. This guy right here. This wick right here. We had that on Friday. You guys see it, right? It's the 59,000, 60,450. So actually, I would have maybe tried to put limits here, but guess what happened? It front ran the bitch. So if in like an alternate universe, I would say maybe 40% of the time I would have tried to get in here and I would have gotten stopped out. In the other 40%, I would have tried to get in here, but I would have gotten front ran. And then in the 20% of the alternate universes, I would have sat on the sidelines. So this is a tough one. Even though we were talking about a sweep structure here and we had this level identified, I would have fucked this up too. So if you got filled and you took a little bit of an L, like if you got filled right here, but you got stopped out right here and you're thinking to yourself, fuck my life, I would have been there right there with you. So yeah, if you like got stopped out on this or you got front ran, 80% of the time on all the alternate universes, I'm getting fucked, I'm getting stopped out, and I'm getting front ran. So don't feel bad. It is what it is. But if I were to be honest, just to kind of look at this, for sure I would have gotten filled and for sure I would have gotten stopped out. And then I would have gotten front ran if I was trying to wait for the 59,000 sweep. So I wouldn't feel too bad because I would have been right there with you, brothers. So that's the difference between like understanding and identifying the levels and having a good idea of which way the markets might go, and then the actual execution in and of itself, because you can't predict how much of a deviation. And this is a like a $1,500 deviation. I don't know if anybody really playing by the book would have survived that. So I wouldn't like, you know, look at the 5-minute candle. I wouldn't beat yourself up over that. Bugatti. But yeah, that's the difference between like TA and math and execution. So that's all right. Let me put the music back on. Let's get the vibes right. Always long says, I got crushed trying to long that. Bro, I would have been right there with you, so I wouldn't feel too bad, because what would I have done? You know? If you've been following me long enough, you know what my deviation usually is. Even if we use like an ATR, it would have been like $800, $900. I don't think I would have survived it. So, yeah, but that's okay. But the stuff that we were looking at, right? Like, for example, would you rather be the guy that knew that and anticipated and you wanted to take a long and you just got fucked because it deviated and wicked so hard? Or do you want to be the idiot that bottom shorted? At least you went down fighting. You know what I mean? If you were trying to long and you got stopped out, dude, you went out like a fucking warrior, you know? What you don't want to be is the goofy motherfucker that bottom shorted, because ain't nothing I can do about that. Roger that. So anyways, does everybody know like what I'm trying to do right now? Any questions on what I'm trying to do right now? So if you put a gun to my head, I would want to try to scalp, get in on a scalp long to see if we can sweep the highs. Trade Malia says there is a volume point of control around 61,850. What's the probability that the price visits that level in your opinion? Like, when are you talking about? Before we go to 69? I think the probability is a little bit lower, brother. But if you're talking about if it does like a swing fail pattern on 69 or 70 and we're starting to rotate down, then yeah, those levels are back in play. But when it swept 60K, all of that shit kind of got cleaned up. So right now, we're, you know, like this is the way that I would look at it. As long as we stay above here, then I think this is in play. So whatever long attempt I try to do, like this would probably be the stop loss. Yeah. Watch it do some goofy shit like this. Fuck. But yeah, you wouldn't really want to lose this. I don't know. Maybe Macaulay sweeps that. I don't know. I would feel like, you know, that would be a better opportunity for me on the 75786. But yeah, you never know. Yeah, I don't think I would do this. Well, that confluences with the 7.5, I think, anyways, right? Yeah, so that already confluences with 7.5. Yeah, I think I would do this. And just remember, it could be the first, like, it could be this too. So you just got to remember. But we're going to start to see. Actually, you guys should look for something like this. This one I think is a little bit better. Maybe a little bit better. So, ETH BTC, dink, dink, dink. So you should already prep, and then this is 618. So forget the 7.5. 786, 618. It depends if this closes here. If this, you see how it's pixel fucking right now? Everybody sees it's pixel fucking the 618. This has projections. And this also has projections. Will it bounce off of the 0.5? Or are we coming back down to, and that should be the 0.5. Something like that. So let the math guide you. Everybody good? So just with that, you should have like an expectation and anticipation on which way ETH could go. So when ETH BTC looks bullish, that's when we start to look at this. And that's, I want you to rewind and get caught up because we had this mark for quite some time. All right? And then everything is just mathing. Look at the pixel perfect retrace on the golden pocket. That's golden pocket, right? 5.8, 6.18, 6.6. That's your 7.5. It's pixel fucking on that, and that's your 7.86. So I think that would be very similar to what we're looking for, which is that. But we don't know if that down part is coming. But this, and this, pretty chill. So then we don't know what's going to happen up there. Roger that. From the previous 69.4 or whatever all-time high, there are $311 million in shorts open. Hold on. Can you guys see this? So from the 60, the previous, this one. Okay? From that high, there's $311 million in shorts open. Okay? And so you can see when they added. You tell me, are they closed? So how funny would it be? So let me ask you guys a question. If we get a swing failure pattern, I don't give a shit. I can't predict it. I don't give a shit how high it goes. But structurally, okay, if it does a swing failure pattern here, and I'm not saying that it's going to do it. But if we get a swing failure pattern and this resets all the way down here, are you guys going to be mad at me, or are you guys going to be surprised if I'm in a juicy short? Hands up if you're going to be like, why didn't you show it, you bitch? I couldn't take it. But that's how I would start anticipating and planning. On the other side, ladies and gentlemen, if that does not nuke, then am I going to be looking for a higher time frame swing failure pattern or a shorter time frame swing failure pattern? So that's how I'm going to just do my thing. That's how I'm going to do my thing, y'all. I'm going to keep it dead as simple. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it dead as simple. And I'm going to just keep doing that thing. And even though I'm saying all of this, there's still a chance that it wicks way too high or stops me out. And even though the TA might be right, the execution might be ass, I might be on my flight and I can't react fast enough. I don't know. So you guys are going to have to ultimately man the fuck up and do what you think is best. But if I am going to take a trade, there should be no surprises. I'm looking at all the same shit you guys can look at. Does that make sense? That's why I'm sitting here like, yeah, we're going to get that higher high. And if that swing fail patterns and if it, 300 million plus in shorts get squeezed out, then I might short that bitch. You know what I mean? And how funny would it be if you get top longers trapped there? That would just be all confluence that we would be able to add, And then obviously, if none of the things that we're talking about shows up, I'm going to have to overcompensate with time. So I'm not going to be looking at the 5-minute Fibonacci retracement on the swing failure pattern. I might say, fuck it, I'll wait for the 30-minute or the 1 hour because the open interest didn't crash. There's no CVD divergence. That's how I would do it. And I would just do my best. And if I get it, I get it. If some goofy shit happens and if I get stopped out, not that big of a deal. Is there a free, cheap way to get this? I'm showing it when I go offline, Rage. Yeah, but mark your calendar, March 20th. I'm going to do a streamathon. I'm going to try to give away like 100, 200 exos. All right, Super Vitalik says, do you believe that net longs and shorts are valid info? You tell me. We've been watching it for the last 8 to 12 months and basing decisions off of it. So you tell me. It comes with experience, right? If you haven't been paying attention to it and you don't have your own understanding on whether it's reliable for you or not, no matter what I say, it's not going to convince you. It won't be as strong as it is for me. Right, Super Vitalik? So what I would encourage you to do is not really take my word for it, brother. You watch it yourself and you figure out if it's reliable for you or not. But I've been using it for 8 to 12 months. Even like the specifics of when to pivot from Bybit to, for example, Binance to be able to identify open interest levels from a static point of view, right? We already nerded out on that too. So there's really no right or wrong, brother. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, the Bybit BTC USD net long, net shorts, and more specifically, open interest delta has been very useful. But don't take my word for it. You talk to other brothers and sisters, and eventually I would want you to stare at it for a couple of months so you have your own bias. Roger that. I try really hard not to express like my own personal opinion, and I just try to remind y'all what we've seen together many, many times. And so try to see if you can spot the reliance and use it if you like it. And if you think it's useless or you like the aggregate stuff more or you like another exchange or you like another pair more, by all means, use it. Sounds good, Vitalik? So here, let's do this. I'm going to transition over to this and I'm going to do the first local range is this Fibonacci. So I'm going to do this. However, you should also be aware of the full range. And so I'm going to mark 75786 on the smaller one like this. And then I'm going to do this. And I'm going to mark the 75786 on the bigger one. Okay. So for now, we'll do it like this. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Market makers, do your thing. I know you're stalling, you little bitches. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, bears were all lions. All right, Sato, tell them what's going to happen if they don't use stop loss. He said the market makers are going to slap the shit out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, never forget, you guys are the fucking best. All right, I'm rooting for you. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. Exclamation Bugatti, exclamation prepared, exclamation math. All right, you guys are the fucking best. All right, I'm about to go get on my paper airplane. Shout outs to the paper trades. All righty, I'm out of here. Peace, everybody. Sheba.